What's going on, world? You're listening to Fresh Radio, and I'm your host, the young man Newt. And I bring you the family revolution, edutainment, spirituality, health, and hip hop all in one show. I won't even hold you up, y'all. I'll be really doing it the most. Man, I'll be doing it the most. I'm doing too much, and this is a pure example of why I need to really, really make time to take time for myself. Man, just be doing too much. But I would rather be productive than not do anything at all, if that makes sense. So I mean, it's a gift and a curse, but it is. I hate that saying it is what it is because it just almost seems like I'm just giving up. It just is what it is. There you go. But yeah, what's going on? We are going to jump clean off into it. If you listened to last week, you know that I am getting my business to be consistent. You dig? And I know that doing this weekly show is one of the things that not only is going to help me get together, but, it's going to help me stay consistent. It's one of those things like when you wake up in the morning and you use the bathroom, I want it to be like that. I want to make sure, or not that I want to make sure, I am going to make sure that this is an integral part of my starting point of my week. Monday does not begin my week. Sunday does, I don't say I rest on Sabbath like most people, but, I still start my week off on Sunday. So, one of the main reasons why I wanted this to be a morning show is because I wanted this to be one of the focal points that I saw in the morning, regardless of who listens to it throughout the course of the week. I wanted this to be something that if I decided to listen to it again during the week, it's just me talking to myself, me letting myself know that, yo, it's okay. You've been through a lot. You're going through a lot. Take one thing at a time and follow these instructions that you have written down and make sure you stay on the path, my G. You dig? And that's really where my approach is with the Sunday show. Everything else that you might hear, it just is what it is. So I want to, oh man, no. I want to double back and let people know that don't know or haven't known. I get on here and I post a topic for the month. My topic this month is routines, and when I post that topic for the month, I'll build my shows around the titles, and each individual show that I have, it just so happened to be for this month, is self-contained in with itself. It's an overall topic, but it's self-contained in with itself. So you don't have to listen to all of them to get the gist, or you don't have to if you listen to one, it doesn't go with the other, but it's all under the same umbrella for the month. That's how I typically try to make my shows. So the topic that I have for the day, what good is a throne? And it's like these. Through this week, I've seen the question or the thought poised that there are people who have made their life effort, or at least one of their life efforts, one of their life goals, to make sure they pour back into not only themselves, but the places that they come from, And then there's the complete opposite of those who have taken from the places that they came from and hoard all of their resources away from that place. And I'm not going to say no names, because it's not that important, but because, this is a concept, an ideal, a structure. So, it's not just one person doing it. It's a collective, almost sort of like a culture, if you will, of vultures. I don't know. Maybe that takes advantage of certain situations. So, the main ideal is when you to a certain point in life where you're able to sit back and say, yo, I did this, I did that. I can now take the time to branch out and do more, my kingdom in itself is very well taken care of. I can afford to step out of my kingdom and bestow blessings on the land that surrounds me, so when you get to that point in your life, your actions moving forward determine if you even need a throne or not, and I say it like that because there are people who are walking within your city, I'm pretty sure within your city, who look down on you because you're not driving the Tesla. You know what I mean? You're not pushing the Porsche. Is it Porsche or Porsche? Whatever. But you're not, driving in the fast lanes in the Ferrari. So, some people might look down on you. There's a lot of people that won't look down on you at all. They just accept it as whatever it is. So when it comes to that's what I'm speaking about. When you get to that point where you can bless the next person and you don't, look at your throne. Why would I need to watch your throne? Why would I need to even entertain what you got going on because you've amassed a certain dollar sign threshold, and that's what it's so crazy because like the mind state of the masses has been manipulated to the point where it's like molasses, and they thinking like the person that has amassed this multitude of money, they succeeded somehow. And I mean, there is a listen. I can't take away from nobody who's crossed that six-figure threshold. I haven't crossed that six-figure threshold at this point. I don't even think I'll come close. Maybe even half that. I think I maybe made $60,000 in 1 year before, once I crossed that six-figure threshold, even when I crossed that seven-figure threshold, my mind state, the way that I will move as an individual is definitely going to be a little bit different. I'm not a materialistic person, man. I grew up in the projects, and all the things that I had that were near and dear to me were given to me. I didn't have anything on my own. Even when I was out there hustling, I was only hustling just because my friends was doing it and I needed some clothes or whatever whatnot to keep up with the Joneses. I wasn't hustling to survive. I didn't need to survive to that degree. That just wasn't my lifestyle. So, I've always known how to maneuver without, So, I mean, once I do have a plethora of, it comes a point where I just, after, let's just say, $2 million, after $2 million, what more would I need? And that's just me personally, So, I got my things that I want to do, But, when let's just talk about me for a second instead of talking about the other people. Like, there was a point in time when I built my own throne, I really amassed my own kingdom, where I think it's that Lion King mentality, everything the light touches is our kingdom. So, I'm just a king of everything I see, and where my surroundings is. What T.I. say, he say, a king of oneself, a cool. And I think a cool is that demon thing that Samurai Jack was fighting. But, I digress. I never really, looked into the correlation or but, it is what it is. But, so, there came a time when I built my own throne. And I won't say to what it was for, but when I built my own throne and decided that this is what I'm going to call my kingdom, sit down in the throne. I found myself walking the streets of my kingdom, if you will, a lot. More so than even being in the castle, and that's man, that's so real. I set up a throne, but I was just never there to even see it, let alone know what type of role it played for me. So, that's how my approach is when it comes to this particular topic. It's not a tool for me. It's more so of a symbol, and it's just to acknowledge that yeah, I am that guy. But even stating that particular point, I'm out here trying to prove that I'm that guy. So I don't feel I'm above the next person because I got a throne. But the fact of the matter is, I'm out here truly wanting to interact with other people who have thrones, and also I want to help those who are trying to build their own throne have success at doing that too, because I know how hard it is to lift the material on your own. Whatever your throne is made out of, whether it's made out of solid gold or whether it's made out of feathers, the weight is your weight. And if you're doing it all on your own, pensions of creating, there will become a point in time when you get tired, and I know that from experience. So, that's where my approach is when it comes to that whole entire concept. And I should take a break so I can get me some aqua, but no, we ain't gonna do it like that. We're gonna keep going till the wheels fall off, baby. I want to acknowledge that there are others in this realm who have stepped to creating their throne, leaving their legacy, making their mark, and I applaud any and everyone who drops themselves into this particular genre, if you will. It is a struggle for sure. I haven't been able to really sit and process myself what is necessary for myself. I'm just doing, and that's the one thing that I've been learning by listening to other people who have amassed their own thrones, and they're on the same particular mission as me. What's his name? Myron Golden. I've been listening to Myron Golden a lot, and there's two other people that I just can't. I just entered that realm, and I'm sitting at the base of their throne. Taking in knowledge. I say it like this. You always got to, even though you might be a king or a queen, you still have to be a student. And that's really where I'm at with it right now. I'm just placing myself at the feet of others who not only are doing the things that I want to do, but they're also placing themselves at the feet of people who are doing more than they are doing themselves. So it's an ever evolving thing, I would say, that you would have to get into to make sure that you put yourself in a position to the best of your situation. It's hard to see the work while you're doing it. You don't understand the depth of the hole you're digging if you're continuously digging. It's when you stop and you turn around and you're like, dang, I'm really down here. That's the main thing I'm trying to say is, like, when you move in that direction, forward progress, with the blinders on, if you will, there's some things that you'll miss, and not saying that you'll find yourself in a deep hole, but you'll notice that the work that you are doing, even though it might seem repetitive, even though it might seem like it's non-beneficial, it's really and truly getting the I'm formulating these thoughts as they come. I'm not just on paper with it all. But the main thing I'm trying to say is, when you put the blinders on and you do the work, the moment you stop doing the work and you turn around and see how much work you've actually done, it really shifts the way that you think. It shifts the way that you move. It shifts the way that you appreciate the moment, the message. So what I'm trying to say is, like, when you're putting the actions in, besides just doing the mouth movement, but when you actually putting the physical movement behind the mouth movement, behind the mental movement, the objective that you were seeking, your desires, your dreams, your fantasies, your bank account, it will arrive to you, and it's hard to. I just hope the words resonate with those who they need to resonate with. I want to make sure that my words are clear, but I want to make sure that the intent of my vocals, my vocal vibrations, are being felt. Telling you, there's been times when I just sat back and I'm like, what am I doing this for? And it doesn't have anything to do with my consistency. What affects my consistency is how I allow outside influences to affect my emotional and mental well-being, and that in turn just deregulates and destructures what I put into place. So, I'm battling against that, and I'm getting pretty good at it the more I do it. And that's what I'm basically trying to say is that, the more that you do it, just do it. Whatever it is, just go out and do it. You'll see that the results that you were intending they're going to come to you. They're going to come to you. That's like that's not a secondary benefit, but there's a certain word for it. But when you're doing something for one thing or one reason, and a whole other thing may present itself that you had no idea about, just because you were doing this one thing, So just continue to move forward in your mission and whatever it may be, set forth in a path of don't want to be like, set forth in the path of righteousness. But yeah, no, for sure, do that. Set forth in the path of righteousness. You got to move forward with the intent of moving forward and being a positive effect on the environment around you. You know, that's the mission. That is the mission. There is no other mission other than that. You know, anything else that comes during that time is a side quest, you know, and there are numerous amounts of side quests. But as long as you stay on the path of education and continuous growth in a positive manner, then you know you're fulfilling the goal. You're fulfilling the overall quest objective. I say it like that because there's people who might take a side quest and get distracted and not only forget about the main goal, but they'll go inverse of the main goal. You know, and those people exist. They've been distracted to the point where their distractions are pulling them away from the overall intent of everything else around you. If the world moves to the east, if the earth spins to the east, you dig, why would you want to go against that? On everybody else on the planet moving east, and you want to go west. So you know, I mean, that's just like I don't know. Take it for what you will. Take the metaphor for what you will. But yeah, you know, so, you know, I want to tie that back off into what I was talking about with the throne. You know, we're all on this quest to not only secure, defend, define, build, enrich, educate our thrones and turn our kingdom, but they're also the inverse. Give a fuck about your throne. They want to come and impose on your throne, and they want to come and destroy the things that you have built. You know, and I mean, like I said, what good is the throne in that time? You know, there are people out there who are hell bent on causing any type of damage to whatever you're putting out there, you know, and do you think they care about, you know, really? Do you think, and I'm pretty sure they might have a throne themselves, but do you think they give a fuck about their kingdom? They might. They just might. Just because someone doesn't believe the things that you believe, how you believe them, doesn't mean that their belief system isn't as strong as yours. That's where people tend to get things really, really carried away for real. They think that there is a how do I say it? You know, I always say that in movies there is, not saying I root for the bad guy, but like I want to see movies where the bad guy wins. Like, not even saying how quick would the movie end if, you know, Jason finally caught up with everybody, but like, how different would the movie be if at the end of the day Jason accomplished what he was set out to accomplish and walked away, and then the credits started rolling as he was walking away? You know what I mean? Like, people would be like, whoa, that's it? You know what I mean? Like, or how different would it be if, you know, and what was the movie? In the movie Batman Returns with Michael Keaton, you know, Batman 2, you dig? How different would the movie be if the Penguin actually succeeded in setting off those bombs? You dig? I mean, how different would the movie, like if the Penguin actually succeeded? Not saying that Batman failed, but the Penguin actually succeeded. You dig? Batman's whole objective is to make sure he didn't succeed, but like, you know, he's just one dude, and it's a comic book, so you know, it's by his name, so of course he's gonna win. But like, what if he was too late? You know, he's just one man, and that's some real, you know, like sometimes the police show up late. sometimes, the heroes aren't there in time, so what if? You dig? What if? That's the whole idea, I'm getting that right now. What if the villainy is really a holy, wholesome crusade in their mind, So, we all out here having a reality, and just because your reality don't match the next person's reality doesn't mean that their reality is any less real. You dig? So let's keep that in mind when you interact with people. That's really, really important when it comes to this human interaction that we got going on, because people could be like, like I said, these thrones and these kingdoms. People have their own interpretations of how things should be and how things are. So when you approach people, or when people approach you, and they got this overall connotation or how things or how they perceive things should be, then you don't know that, and you interacting with how you perceive things to be. That's where differences come into play. And we live in a place of arrogance and audacity, and people always want to be right in their own manner, to where they are deaf to the reality of others, So there's only one reality that can be had, and that's where you clash thrones and clash kingdoms and all of those things, because people have their differences, and that's just it, If you don't have your, I was telling my mother this not too long ago, you got to put up your boundaries, and not only do you got to put up your boundaries, you got to enforce your boundaries too, because people are habitual boundary pushers. They line steppers, and they will do that just to see how far they can go with you. But no, once you put up boundaries, and there's certain things that you will not take from people, there's certain things that you will not deal from people, then that's what it is. They will learn to either deal with you or deal around that, or not deal with you at all. There's probably other options, but them the only ones I'm accepting. I'm telling you for real. So yeah, it's saying all that to say, it's like, if you haven't established that in your own, that line of thinking, that train of thought, that this is what I'm going to do type demeanor, if you will, then why would you expect somebody else to do that for you? Huh? So like, yeah, I'm coming from that type of perspective, and I don't know. I think I've probably covered enough about this throne topic. There's probably some other things that I could have said, but no, I really just wanted to. I mean, yeah, I think I touched on this right here. If for whatever reason that you're blessed to be in that position of having your own throne, man, use your powers wisely. Use them righteously. Use them with all intent of not just furthering your destination, not just furthering your plan, not just furthering your family's plans, but like, man, further the reach. You feel me? If you're in that position, allow others to be able to reach a position of yours. You won't forever be here, so it's selfish to think that you were to hold on and contain this power, this wealth, this amassment of whatever it is, and feel that just you are the pinnacle. Everything that came from you, it would be allowed to be the pinnacle. That's where issues come into play, because Man, we all came from dirt. We all came from dirt, for real, for real. We all dust. You dig? Every single one of us, all walking on this planet, are all dust. You dig? And the animation that happens in between that is given to us by the same source. You dig? So, like, we are all of the thing. We all are of the same essence and things. It just so happens that they're different. So, treating one more so over the other is definitely not going to cut it. You dig? So, that was just really my last thought. I just wanted to bring that out. I felt inspired to just say, no, don't be a fool, thinking that these things are for you and for you only. We're all here rocking on the same rock, and we do all have different experiences. But if you're blessed to be in a situation to if you're blessed to be in a situation to be a blessing towards others, then and not do so, then you're just not worthy of a throne, if you ask me. Yeah. With that said, I'm going to cut up out of here. I don't think a whole hour is necessary on this particular topic. I can drown this one out though for sure. But I'm want y'all to check in with me, all the social medias, NUKNOE. Follow me on Twitter. I'm never calling it X. Elon. Get out of here. Unless you pay me. So follow me on Twitter, NUKNOE, Instagram, NUKNOE, YouTube, NUKNOE, TV, haha. All of those places, that got NUKNOE. I'm definitely different on Snapchat. I'll be trying to do things on Snapchat, so, But yeah, what I got coming up this week is, my man Boulevard Slim want to slide through. So, we definitely going to get that taken care of sometime this week for sure. And then I don't know if y'all know it or not, but I just wrote and recorded a song. I put it on SoundCloud. People saying, what are you doing? Put it out there. You need to make money off of this one. But, people need to support it. So until they support it when it's free, I'll know when they can support it when they actually make a little money. So, I definitely appreciate the shares, the likes, the plays, the comments, all that on the song. Setbacks, produced by 3 producers, actually. I can't remember the last 2 dudes because I can't say their names. But, my man Don Bartholomew came through, and I've been interacting with him out in the UK. He's been telling me, this is wild shit, dog. This is insane when you become a part of the global community and you realize that, dog, it's not just happening to you, So, like, yeah, check that out for me. Facebook got me fucked up for real. They I post pictures. I will say I did post some titties, but whatever. But I post pictures and I post some comments. It's just like social media really doesn't want me to interact the way I interact, and I have been interacting online for a very, very long time. So with that being the case, I don't even know how long I'm going to be on social media like that. I'm not playing these games with these rich nerds. You dig? Like, real talk. I would rather develop my own social media site or my own website and interact with it there than to actually pay for ads to be seen by people. Like, yeah, this is stupid. This is incredibly insane. So, with that being said, I'm just saying, follow me on Facebook. You dig? Don't follow the NUKNOE. I'm not going to accept that friend request. That's usually just for people I've met in actuality. But so, /NUK FANS, Nuke fans. Yeah, I think that's my Facebook fan page. Follow that one. Follow the fan page. Interact with the fan page because, I don't know. It's just like, man, interact with me. You dig? Like, for real. If you see me in the streets, man, say something. Like, like if you see I got a show coming up, man, try to come to the show. You know what I mean? Just interact because, like, yeah, it's wild. It's wild out here. And I'm talking about the metaverse got more police than the actual universe right now at this point. And I just really don't understand how the metaverse is able to silence me because of how I talk, and that's just me. So that's why the revolution won't be televised. It's an all internal thing. You dig? It's definitely gonna be recorded though. I have I don't know. I was supposed to be in Pennsylvania right now. I thought about going to Michigan 2 hours in Pennsylvania, but just how things go. I don't know when the next time I'll be up there. We'll be in Memphis, Tennessee, this coming week, and then the weekend I'll be in Tyler, Dallas, and maybe Fort Worth. I don't know how that's gonna work. I really don't know how that's gonna work, but yeah, I'll figure that out. And then I don't know. Tap in with me. I'm still doing verses. Verses going for $100 off for the rest of the summer. People think I'm playing. I'm not. I don't really like collaborating with people, and it's not because I don't like collaborating with people. It's just because people do funny things when you send them a verse, and they be like, "Ugh, that's okay." And as long as I get my money, I'm cool. As long as I get my back end, I'm cool. But a lot of people don't follow through with that type of shit. So now I don't work for free for sure. I get mine. I get something out of it at the end of the day for me. But it's $100 for the summer, and after the summer it's going back up to $375. And I'm definitely by the end of the year I want it to be $750. I really want it to be $750 based on my work. But actually, I'm going to be dropping a project, and when I drop the project, I want it to be $750 after that. So it might go to $500 before it goes to $750. But we'll see. Because I just wanted to double the price, just because I'm not saying that I'm not playing out here, but I'm not playing out here, dog. For real. I'm not. It's no joke, you dig? And I need to get mine. So with all those things being said, man, I hope y'all really listened to what I had to say out there in the TV land, radio land, blog talk land, podcast land, blog land, social media land, any land, digital land. You dig? Man, somebody tried to get me to buy some digital real estate, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. This is the world that we live in right now. Who would have thought that the little box with the Apple on it and the colors in the back, I remember that, the iMac. Yeah, who would have thought that thing would be destroying their life right now? Dang, you can't even take the iPhone out of your hand. I'm telling you, it's just ridiculous. Man, y'all be smooth, man. This is the young man, Nuke, and I appreciate y'all listening to Family Revolution, Edutainment, Spiritual Health, Hip Hop, all in one show on Fresh Radio. Yeah, man, y'all be smooth. Peace.